share ideas and come up with some type of plan, strategic vision to approach, the plague of violence, man. That does, it knows no boundaries. This is a very, very important meeting coming from Newark, and we're here in the city of Paterson, and no boundaries. You understand? No boundaries, because it's like a template. You can go throughout the country, and I've been around the country, and every neighborhood where we're at, you see the same problem there. And we have to begin to bring our heads together the same way a person would run a country, the same way a person runs a state, a city. I'm talking about as independent thinkers within our community. That's why, again, really appreciate you, especially being a mortician, because I think it was 2 years ago, we reached out here in this area to some of the morticians. We wanted to do the whole thing with the coffin, and they backed off. So you stepping outside of that comfort zone and opening up, man, and talking and realizing, man, that although you prepare, the deceased for their final on rights, you're not immune to the culture of violence out there, because because it is affecting you as well, and you're not just driven by the money, but it's going to take us coming together, constantly, exchanging, ideas until we come up with a strategic vision. There's no doubt the mother and father of violence is miseducation, economic castration. There's no doubt about it.
And black self-hatred too.
Yeah. Well,
that's on that black on black.
Well, the miseducation that's locked in there, because we've been, miseducation. I define miseducation as a violent act. It's a violent act. Dr. Carter Woodson said many years ago that once you successfully miseducate, he used the term Negro, but once you successfully miseducate them, you don't have to cut a back door. You understand what I'm saying? They'll go to the back, and if there's no door, they'll cut a door. So it goes back to what you're saying. It's the idea that are invading the mind. I mean, we're dealing, man, with one of the most fearless generations that we've ever had. What's missing is this right here, is that they're alienated. There's nothing in place to direct them, to help them process their energy. So what they're doing, they're self-destructing. There was a forum we had 2 weeks ago down at the Masonic Temple. The community came out in numbers, and every brother that was given a narration of his life, of how he, in terms of what avenue they went to gain money, was the drug game. Every last one of them. And if you go throughout the country, all of them have that similar story. Throughout the forum, though, no one asked the single question: why? Why did they feel a need to be pulled into the drug game? Because once you begin to answer that question, why, and we know that it's economics. Economics. Going back to originally what I was saying, we have to develop that Marshall Plan ourselves. That's going to begin to help reorganize our community and give us the control that we once had. Outside of that right there, nothing's gonna happen. There's a limitation in terms of what the political structure can do, but it's about us empowering ourselves in our community. And I think again, you really demonstrate a great deal of leadership, from that discipline as a mortician, man, to step outside of that comfort zone,
no doubt,
and address this here, man, because we're all affected. I came in straight from work, man. I ain't even no shower, no nothing. Called Dave, and hey, the meeting, I'll be there, But it's important that we make these here meetings as significant as possible, because lives, they do depend on it, and we have to develop a plan. This is something I've been emphasizing for years to the Newark Anti-Violence Coalition. We got to have a plan.
Right.
You know, someone shouted out in the audience last week. They said, "Well, I'm gonna move away from the drugs." So just think, you know, going back to your video, you mentioned everyone that was viewing it. Just think about it was them having their funeral.
Right.
Just think for one moment if all of them, you know, exited out of the drug game.
Right.
What avenues do they go to? We got the police heads together and develop, you know, the plan, because the plan is there.
Right.
You know, and you know, not to belabor, you know, the point of just keep talking on and on, but we done heard information, man, from every conceivable person in our community. And myself personally, you know, I've had one-on-ones with many of the people. Mr. Farrakhan, one-on-ones, Akbar Muhammad, I mean, one-on-ones.
Right.
We have to just organize this here plan, but it's going to be something that we're going to have to finance ourselves.
Right.
And that's long-term, but I'm saying it's very important, man, that that we recognize, man, that this thing didn't happen overnight. You know, this is part of, this is a conditioning. I mean, we've been socially engineered in this here direction. I mean, this civil war that's going on in our community, this didn't just happen where they just woke up one day and said, "I'm going to kill you." As I've said over and over and over, the only reason another black man can go and kill another black man, that he has to rationalize and justify in his mind that that man right there that he's getting ready to kill, he don't say, "Brother, I'm going to kill you." He said, "Nigga, I'm going to kill you."
Mm-hmm. Right.
He don't say, "Woman, you know, shut up." He says BITC, so he has to take you out of the pale of humanity and rationalize and justify murdering you, and it's all, you know, based on the self-hatred. But you know, we had this at table, man, so that we can work together. This is wonderful, man.
Yes, sir.
This is wonderful.
I think that's the key.